What's going on? What's going on, Patriots? You're locked in the hood politics where we always keep it 100. I'm your host, Jay, and y'all already know on this channel we cut straight through all the BS and get to the policies and the issues that hit us straight close to home. You know what I'm saying? We talk about everything from elections, national debates, all the way up to political podcasts, and we even cover Senate hearings, as you can see right here. You know what I'm saying? We start each and every one of them off with our thoughts and prayers, and we're going to send our thoughts and prayers out to the family and friends of our fallen soldier, our fallen lieutenant, Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? Rest in heaven, soldier. We're going to pick up your shield, and we finna charge forward, man, full speed, brother. So rest up. We got this from here. You did your part, man. So on that note, they was voting on a resolution, you know, to honor Charlie Kirk in the House. And from what I hear, 58 Democrats voted no. Which one was AOC? You know what I'm saying? And I chose AOC because of the lies she's about to spew. And I think this should be illegal. And I can't wait and see this. This is what I'm upset with the Trump administration about, and I'm gonna constantly say it until I see my perk walks, man. Stuff like this should be illegal. Lying to the American public as a sitting congressperson should be illegal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finna debunk everything this chick say. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody think I'm lying, you can go look it up for yourself.
Representative Green for his group. Today, the Republican House majority brought to the floor a resolution honoring, quote, honoring the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's assassination was a horrific and vile attack incident of political violence. And condemning the depravity of Kirk's brutal murder is a straightforward matter, one that is especially important to help stabilize an increasingly unsafe and volatile political environment where everyday people feel more at risk. We can deeply disagree and come together as a country to denounce the horror of this killing.
Hey, and this is another thing that I don't like about the left, these liberals and these Democrats, man. They spend 1 second disavowing the violence and the political violence and talking about they want the rhetoric to come down, and then turn right around in the same breath and lie and basically keep up the bull crap that they asking us to stop doing and turn down. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what she about to do. Right after she say this, she should have just walked her ass clean off the stage and left it at that. But no, she had to sit here and make me do a video and debunk her silly ass.
And it is a license for the abuse of power and whitewashing of American history.
She's talking about
today's resolution only underscores the majority's recklessness by choosing to author this condemnation and honoring on a purely partisan basis, instead of uniting Congress in this tragedy with one of the many bipartisan options to condemn political violence and Kirk's murder, as we did with the late Melissa Hortman.
First off, everybody on the right has been condemning political violence ever since Aaron Daniels got shot in Portland in the BLM riots by a BLM activist. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lie.
Instead, the majority proceeded with a resolution that brings great pain to the millions of Americans who endured segregation, Jim Crow, and the legacy of bigotry today. We should be clear about who Charlie Kirk was. a man who believed that the Civil Rights Act that granted black Americans the right to vote was a mistake.
That is the first lie she told. And anybody who think that I am lying about what I'm about to say, you can go fact check it. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk did not say that. Well, he did and he didn't. What he said was, which is what they're taking out of context. What he says was, he thinks the civil rights should have been a one-page bill that said nobody can discriminate against anybody for their race. Simple. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, nobody should be able to be discriminated against for the excuse me, for the color of their skin. And he said civil rights, what they are doing now is they are violating civil rights of the regular American people. For instance, and he gave an example when he said, okay, now I feel like I'm a woman, so that allows me to play in women's sports. And if that team, or before Trump did what he did, you know what I'm saying, if them people told you no, you couldn't play on the women's team, you could bring a civil rights lawsuit against them. You see what I'm saying? Civil rights has been that everything they do, they didn't put it on steroids, like DEI. DEI, for example. You know what I'm saying? It's a great example. DEI is what's that little freaking movement? I'm drawing a blank right now. Affirmative action. DEI is affirmative action on steroids, yo. When affirmative action happened, it was real racism in the country. You know what I'm saying? And we had real smart people who was qualified to be in these spaces, but wasn't allowed to be in these spaces because of the color of their skin. Now, they done amped it up and put it on steroids, and now is you got to hire a person because of the color of their skin, or who they sleeping with, or their sexual orientation, or whichever little protected group they in right now, no matter if they qualify for the job or not. Which leads him to saying, and that will lead anybody, I feel the same exact way. Now, if I see a black pilot or a female pilot, yes, I'm gonna wonder, is this person a DEI hire? Can this person fly the plane? I want the old white man who been flying planes in the wars, or the veteran that been flying planes in the war, no matter what color he is. Give me the veteran. It could be a female, black, white, green. Give me the veteran that's the retired veteran that came home from flying in the wars, you know what I'm saying, overseas, and know how to fly these planes. Don't give me Snoop Dogg and Kevin Hart from fucking Soul Plane. I don't want that. Oh no, I was a dude who used to draw on the bombs like fuck you, Saddam. No, I don't want that dude flying my plane, man. I'm sorry. And yes, since now they have implemented DEI practices in hiring, yes, people are gonna question it. That ain't that person's fault. That's y'all fault for pushing DEI over merits, over qualification, over skills.
Who, after the violent attack on Paul Pelosi, claimed that, quote, some amazing patriot, unquote, should bail out his brutal assailant.
Another statement of his taken out of context. And once again, you can fact check it. Go look it up. It's all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? What he was saying was, why is it that people, and he was speaking specifically on like these Democrat liberal strongholds who implemented like Illinois calls it the Safety Act, where people can commit second-degree murder and own down and get out, no cash bond. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a loony bin who breaks into the Pelosi's house which we don't even know if this dude broke in there. Didn't look like it to me. They was in their underwear. That's all I'm saying. That's my opinion. You locked up. Your bond ain't that much. And you claiming that this dude was far right. Why haven't nobody went and bonded this dude out and sat down and asked him what was the problem? That's all Charlie Kirk said. He did not say some great patriot should go bond him out so he can do whatever he did. No, he was just making a point on people in these cities. You getting out for second-degree murder, no bond. You know what I'm saying? But if you do something to a Pelosi, you sitting for what, a year now? Dude been sitting there for a year, and he ain't even killed, unalive nobody. And all he was saying is, y'all keep claiming this dude is far right, which everything points that this dude is way far left. So why ain't nobody went and bonded him out? It's real simple. Go your asses down there, bond this dude out, and ask him questions. Why ain't nobody did that yet?
And accuse Jews of controlling, quote, not just the colleges. It's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it, unquote.
Once again, Charlie did not say that. What he said was a lot of these organizations, like what's that, the ADL, had went woke and started funding, and he didn't even say that. He was quoting Tucker Carlson, but he said something to that magnitude, and then they started calling him an anti-Semite. He was quoting Tucker Carlson when Tucker Carlson was saying that the ADL had went woke, and a lot of these organizations, Jewish organizations, is funding Marxist ideas and communist ideas, which is true. The ADL went super woke. Y'all know they did. You know what I mean? So another quote taken out of context, you know, which is, I don't like this, man. I think even though these words came out of these people's mouths, I think content matters. I think context matters. So if you're repeating these same words that a person is saying, and you put it in a different context and make them say that, make them sound like they said something that they wasn't supposed to say, I feel like you are lying to the American people, and that should be a crime. You know what I'm saying?
His rhetoric and beliefs were ignorant, uneducated, and sought to disenfranchise millions of Americans, far from the working tirelessly to promote unity, unquote, asserted by the majority in this resolution. It is equally important that Congress does unite to reject the government's attempt to weaponize this moment into an all-out assault on free speech across the country, all in the name of Charlie Kirk.
It's funny because Charlie Kirk just got silenced for life over his free speech. When these people speak about free speech and democracy, when they say our democracy, that's what they mean. That's exactly what they mean. See, what they don't understand is the internet is forever. We can go back and play all their words in reverse. Like, for example, this quote-unquote cancel culture thing that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Where was all that smoke when y'all got Tucker took off the air? Where was all that smoke when y'all had the president of the United States, the most powerful man on the planet, took off all the social media sites? Where was that smoke when y'all had Roseanne Barr took off of her show? See? It was all, oh, that's a private business. They can do what they want. Free speech don't matter. You can have free speech, but you ain't free from consequences. That's the same thing. You see what I'm saying? It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, yo. That's all I'm saying, man. This your boy Jake from Hood Politics, checking in. Now I'm checking out. I just had to debunk this chick right quick for my peoples, man, so they can wake up finally. Hopefully.